Alright guys, well I'm back today with the full overview of the Diamondback DB10. This is an AR-10 chambered in .308 and I am really excited that Diamondback sent this out to the channel for us to try out. I want to give a huge shout out to American Pawn & Gun located in Monroe, North Carolina. They actually have some exclusive Davidson's guns at their store, and I started seeing some of the Diamondback firearms pop up, and I fell in love with some of the quality and craftsmanship just by looking at them on the shelves because of the price point. The ARs, the AR pistols, as well as the AR-10s were very affordably priced. I mean, they were the average man's AR-15 and AR-10, and that is what my channel is all about. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to American Bond. They did the transfers for these guns to the channel. Now, I want to do an overview of this AR-10 and just kind of speak to the quality of this build as well as the accuracy and performance down at the range. So I got a chance to shoot this a few times before I started this initial first shots and overview video, and we'll be doing updates in the future since this was sent to the channel for the long-term testing. So I will continue to update you guys on its performance as it goes along. But let's start at the front and work our way to the back and talk about that performance at Holly Springs Tactical Gun Range where most of this was filmed. These guys are nice enough to let us shoot there, and they've got a lot of dynamic shooting situations located there, like a shooting tower, cars, and different vehicles and barriers to shoot around. Helps us evaluate the guns a lot better. Right off the bat, Diamondback Firearms did a good thing by putting a comp or a break on here. This allows you to really mitigate that .308 blast, and right off the bat, they just stepped it up and it does a really good job. Although if you're inside a barrier with this, like we were shooting under the tower or beside somebody while I was filming my cameraman shoot this, it is loud, but it works really well. Underneath that is a stainless steel barrel with fluting in it, and then I believe it has a mid-length or rifle-length gas system. It's kind of a little bit different than a standard AR-15, and it kind of bridges the gap because there's no uniform specs on a .308. The gas, though, really does adequately reach the bulk carry group to cycle the cartridges perfectly, and we'll talk about more about that reliability and function when we get to the BCG part of this review. And while we're looking at the barrel, I want to talk about accuracy, since that's where most of the accuracy comes from this build. You can easily achieve under an inch group with this AR-10, no problem at 100 yards. I got to shoot some match-grade ammo that American Pawn & Gun donated to the channel. 3 different types. A lot of it was federal match as well as some national match ammo I had from back in the day, and you could easily again achieve under an inch group. And that was about the extent of the accuracy testing. I took this out a little bit further to 200 yards and was easily nailing 6-inch plates, no problem whatsoever, as you can see in the intro. This thing is a tack driver and I'm really surprised, or not really surprised. I mean, Diamondback makes good stuff. I'm definitely impressed with the accuracy at the price point that you can find Diamondback AR-10s. Surrounding that barrel is an M-LOK handguard, and I love what Diamondback Firearms is doing with their M-LOK handguards. They really shrink wrap these handguards to the barrel. You can see it's a little bit extended at the top, which is what normal ARs do, but then it's slimlined right to the side of the barrel. A lot of people asked in my last video, how does that affect the heat? Well, after putting about 10 to 20 rounds through it out of a magazine and letting it cool, it wasn't a big deal at all. I mean, if you have your hand next to the gas block, I guess it could get a little bit hot, but no more than other rail systems. You do have a ton of lightning cuts through here, and it clamps on solid, and I do love the M-LOK attachment points everywhere. It also stretches out far enough to where if you were to run iron sights, you do have a good sight radius on this AR-10. You can see it mates up nicely with the upper assembly, and let's talk a little bit more about that upper assembly. For a high-value AR-10, I'm pleasantly surprised that it comes with a dust cover with laser engraving so you know what it is, because there are a ton of different now AR-10 uppers. 6.5 Creedmoor and 243 just to name a few, so it's nice that they laser engrave the dust cover. Those little finishing touches just really add a level of quality that you don't see on some other budget AR-10s. It also has a working forward assist, which is nice, and the bulk carry and charging handle does a good job. Now again, there's really no mil spec or standards, and I did not try this upper on any other lowers, but I want to show you the quality of the BCG. So you can see here, the machining quality is really nice, the gas key is properly staked. That extractor is one of the toughest I've ever felt, which gets me to reliability. The reliability of this AR-10 was very impressive, and I actually ran a lot of steel-cased ammo, again, because this is a high-value AR-10. I've been really kind of running a ton of steel lately because I've been putting so many reviews out. Aim Surplus has been giving me the steel ammo at cost, so I've been buying it from them, and this ate it up and spit it out, no problems whatsoever. The ejection pattern was perfect with brass and steel-cased ammo, including all of the match tip, hollow points, and ballistic tip ammunition. Zero issues whatsoever. No function issues, no feed issues, no jams. This thing ran a wide variety of ammunition with no problems. So the fact that this thing is accurate and it cycles whatever you feed through it is awesome. It actually ran steel-cased ammo pretty good, about 2 MOA with steel, which is not bad in my opinion. I stretched this out, again, about 200 yards with steel-cased ammo, just plinking targets all day long, so I love the whole setup of this upper assembly just for its reliability and accuracy. And this was really the perfect combination of the new Nikon P Tactical Scopes from Optics Planet as well as their P Series mounts, because you get really clear glass with a 308 BDC set up perfectly on this AR-10. I love the fact that you don't have to break the bank, but you do get a nice set of glass as well as a nice AR-10 to have a whole budget and high value setup. Now let's take a closer look at the lower assembly as well as the interface between the upper and the lower. There was almost no play between the upper and the lower, and you can see all of this machining looks really nice. It's not just the standard slick side upper, it really mates up perfectly. Again, not sure about the compatibility with other things because mainly they sell this as a complete rifle. You can see it's got a built-in trigger guard, which is slightly extended nice. It's got a hex mag grip, which is really comfortable. I was surprised. And it's got kind of a rubberized feel to it. I like that. The magwell has a flare to it, allowing you to insert those P mags. And that's the only mags I've used in this so far. Again, I'll update you in the future. And then the stock on the back is actually a very slick stock with some rubberized padding. The recoil impulse on this entire AR-10 is not that bad. It's a reasonably heavy AR-10, but not overly heavy. You can see in the intro I did a little running and gunning with it, and you could actually maneuver this around some of the backs of the trucks and moving barrier to barrier, and it wasn't overly heavy. But the weight that was there sucked up the recoil along with the muzzle brake and this butt pad, making it a joy to shoot. I've definitely felt way more violent AR-10s. This is actually a breeze to shoot. The biggest downfall about this entire build, really, in my opinion, is the trigger. This is just a standard mil-spec trigger, and I'll show you guys that real quick. The trigger itself has this spongy take-up and then a brake. The brake is actually not that bad. The reset on this guy is definitely stout, audible, and tactile, followed up by that sponginess, and then the brake. So I really believe I could achieve better accuracy out of this AR with a match grade trigger. But again, at the price that a lot of Diamondback AR-10s are selling for, it's nice that sometimes they just include the mil-spec trigger and you can pay a little bit more if you decide you really want to shoot this for groups. Because again, with match grade ammo and this trigger, I was easily getting inch groups, no problem with match grade ammo. So in summary guys, if you're looking for an AR-10 and a scope combo that's not going to break the bank, check out Diamondback Firearms AR-10s. Hopefully we'll be trying some of their 6.5 Creedmoors in the future, and hopefully we'll be trying out some more of these Nikon optics, because honestly I haven't shot many Nikon optics, and this seems like the perfect pair between a nice BDC scope that's under $300 and a really slick AR-10. Thanks for watching guys, have a good one.